What's up guys, welcome back to another episode. In today's video, we're going to discuss, is it still worth investing in 1992 Marvel Masterpieces graded cards? Now this is a completely fun and speculative video. I did actually do a video in 2021 and last year on the exact same topic. So we're going to look at some of those stats I used in those videos and compare them to now. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so first of all, let's check out the PSA Population report for January 2023, and then we'll compare it to what it is currently in January 2024. And I must just say there are other grading companies available. I just happened to use PSA back in 2021 just to see how many cards were graded at that time. So in January last year, there were 10,767 cards graded. Of that 10,000 odd, 2,159 were PSA 10s, 4,903 PSA 9s. So I did mention in the video last year a big disparity between the 9s and the 10s, and did that pose an opportunity for people to pick up cheap PSA 9s? Looking at some of the prices, yes, I think so, that happened. I know some people out there, even a few left a comment saying that they've completed a whole set of PSA 9s. And respect you, because this is my favourite set, the first set I ever bought, and still have it in the binder, and it is exquisite. Joe Jusko, winner winner, chicken dinner. So let's remember that 10,767 cards graded in Jan last year, 2,159 10s. Let's have a look at what it is currently. It's gone up to 16,838 cards graded, so around 6,800-ish more in a year. And the graded 10s, 3,193 10s, and then 7,705 9s. So still a massive disparity between the two. The 10s hasn't gone up massively, but the 9s has gone up quite a chunk. Not surprisingly, because these are hard to grade. They brick, the corners are soft, not quite square as well, really weird. But yeah, that is kind of expected, I guess, based on what we saw previously. So let's have a look at some of the big characters, because when we go into the pricing in a minute and kind of compare again, you'll see some characters obviously get more than other characters. For example, Spider-Man, Wolverine, other top tier characters, and they do generally command a little bit more. So Hulk currently at 56 PSA 10s. I still say it, this is a completely fun video, as I said in the intro, and do not take my word for anything, but are still quite low pops when you look at some of these PSA 10s. And if you are comparing, I did say this, I'm going to repeat myself again, you're comparing against any other part of the hobby, I guess. Pokemon, sports cards, it is a different ball game, yes, but these are old cards, and they're not even in the hundreds for some of these characters. Don't know. Let me know your thoughts, as always. Loki, 37. That Moon Knight card, by the way, is my favourite Moon Knight card out there to date. Even now. The blue, the moon, of course, being Moon Knight. Just so sick. I would love to get a 10 of that one day. So yeah, let's scroll down to some of the bigger characters, and you can see how many people have tried to get a 10 in their bigger characters. So Venom, 142 PSA 9s, only 27 10s. That's interesting, and 111 8s. So quite a few people sending it in for that. As expected, Wolverine, 275 PSA 9s and only 80 PSA 10s, which again is still under 100. Spidey, only 50 PSA 10s, 292 PSA 9s, and quite a lot of PSA 8s at 222 as well. So that is very interesting. So let's head over to the eBay price guide. So this is what they have to look at the trends of sets and cards, individual cards. I've typed in 1992 Marvel Masterpieces PSA 10, of course, and I've looked at it from a year graph period, as you can see. So they are saying eBay market value $94.81. Take that with a pinch of salt, and everything I say with a pinch of salt, to be fair, because the characters, as I just mentioned, completely skew some of these prices pretty much all the time in any other sets as well. So a Spider-Man might sell for $300, and then you might get a Thing, poor old Thing, and he might go for $40, $50. So yeah, just take it with a pinch of salt. But generally, looking at this chart, and I'm going to bring up the chart from 2023, the exact same one I used in the last video. You can see eBay market value was at $138.70 1 year ago, and that is a little bit of green there, up $4.93 on the previous year, when everyone started to drill them in to PSA, and yeah, craziness. So that is very interesting. You can see there the chart if you're looking at it. Again, I am not a financial guy, I'm not a technical guy, I'm not a very maths literate guy, so you're probably wondering why the hell I'm doing this, but it's good fun. The trajectory looked like it's going slightly down, and it actually has gone down. So yeah, $138.70 was the eBay market value for the previous year. One thing to note, total sold 763 total sold, and total sellers 114. This year there are 634 total sold, so around 100 difference, and 138 sellers. So more sellers, but less cards generally sold. So that's also interesting. Let's have a look here. So December 4th, 2 PSA 10s sold, and they are likely to be the top tier characters, maybe Wolverine or Spider-Man, and we'll have a look at the solds, the recent solds on eBay in a second. So yesterday 2 sold at an average of $108.75. So let's have a look at what they were. Captain Britain, come on, that's the card that I showed you at the start of the video. Low pop, absolutely is. It's got the colours, the UK colours. That's a beautiful thing. Anyway, that went for $125, and we got a Ghost Rider, which went for $92. Now, if you're looking at characters here, Ghost Rider's definitely a bigger character. Unfortunately, it's true. Even though it hurts me, it's true. But is the population report, massively different between the two? Let's have a look. Why not? So, Ghost Rider. There are 45 PSA 10s and 102 PSA 9s. Scroll to the top because I know Captain Britain's at the top. There are 17 PSA 10s and 46 PSA 9s. So quite a big difference between the populations for those two. So that's one thing to also consider, depending if it is a low pop card. Green Goblin, $72. Green Goblin, $125. That's nuts. They're both PSA 10s. Exact same card. Don't know. 4 bids on that one. That one looked like it. Again, that could be a best offer. I'm pretty sure it doesn't show that on this chart. Could be wrong. Hobgoblin, $100. Archangel, $95. Venom. That's probably. You probably need a zoom lens for that. They took that picture far away. I don't think that helped them. Venom PSA 10 went for $70, which is surprising. Kingpin, $79. Black Cat, $162. And Kingpin again, $105. So a mixed bag on those most recent sales. So let's check out, just for a second, what Spider-Man is. How's it not found? That is not right. There you go. You need to put the dash in, guys. Right, so they are saying the eBay market value for Spider-Man has held a decent price at $204.63. 2023. And judging by the pop report, so there's only 50 PSA 10s of Spider-Man. I don't know, I guess that's right, but there's not been that many sold. So 48 sold for the last year, 30 different sellers. And as you can see, an average price of, again, this is nuts. Look at that. November 28th for Venom PSA 10, $810. Completely skews it, I guess. So yeah, that is very interesting for Spider-Man. I'll just show you Wolverine, because let's be honest, we are probably the top two characters at 14568, down $103. Have a look at this, 1,600 in May 2023. That's just insane. Some of these will be big prices: 180, 180, 170, 170, 190. So it has held its price reasonably well in that regard. All right, let's have a look at more cards that have sold very recently. We did just see some of the prices, but you can see it in more detail here. That was a Marvel Universe that I was talking about, the zoomed out one, so completely ignore what I just said about that. That's why it was not right. Black Cat, as I said, $162 for that. Black Widow, Dr. Octopus, $100. Cage, $70. Sleepwalker, $70. Strange, $108. Nice Hulk, $295. And again, I can't confirm all of these have been paid for, but I would assume so. That's a popular one by the looks of it. 27 bids on that one. But there are quite a few available as well, so we'll have a look at that in a minute as well. I want to show you the sell-through rate. I think it's really interesting. I use that for my business nearly every day. It's really, really fascinating. $61 for Jean Grey, $175 for Leader. And again, you may even get, even now, people trying to complete a PSA 10 set. If you are trying to do that, let me know down in the comments, as always. So that still might be happening. So if one of those cards pops up that they haven't got yet in a certain character, people will pay a bit of a premium for it. Look at that, nice Gambit. Look at the cards. I think they're just so good. So good. I love the border. I love that Loki as well. Really, really nice. 114 for my girl Storm. I need that card. I think I was bidding for one on ComC. This is last year. And someone completely annihilated me. And it went well over 120, 150 maybe. But yeah, well out of my price range at the time. But there's that Venom. That is a special Venom. Very, very special. People love it. Captain America 86. So yeah, the prices have gone down. No doubt about it. So let's do how many were sold. 87 sold. Let's see how many are available so we can get a sell-through rate. So 197 currently listed and 87 sold. Yeah. So my maths is shocking, but not the best sell-through rate. 1 to 2 months on average a card is hanging around for before it sells. But again, that will be completely based on the character. 42 watches on this Spider-Man. That is nuts. But let me just show you how many are actually listed. Probably not many. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that 10? No, that's not a 10. So 3. Okay, 2, because that wasn't a 10. 3. So let's say 3 are actually listed. So that shows you kind of how many are out there currently. Very interesting. So what else can I say? It looks like generally the market is, let's say, soft. I'm by no expert, but not as many sales coming through at the moment from what I'm looking at for top 10 and a bit of market research that I do. As expected, the booms went crazy all those years ago, and kind of trickling down a little bit. And I will just shout out Pancake Analytics. I did mention him last year as well. Great guy. If you don't follow him on Instagram, make sure you do. His numbers that he ran, which are all properly done, properly calculated based on many factors, were pretty much bang on, because I just re-looked at his figures for some of the Marvel cards and Marvel sets, and not far off at all. So kudos to you, chap. Very interesting. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and yeah, let me know your thoughts down in the comments as always, and I'll see you in the next one. Marvel cards, baby. Peace.